أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول صدق الله العلي العظيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين شفيع المذنبين ورحمة للعالمين العبد المؤيد والرسول المسدد المحمود الأحمد المصطفى الأمجد حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الميامين المنتجبين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه المجيد وفرقانه الحميد وقوله الحق بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أفلا يتدبرون القرآن ولو كان من عند غير الله لوجدوا فيه اختلافا كثيرا صلوات محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. In our last session we have discussed about the compilation of Quran Kareem, and some opinions were there, around 3 opinions, and we have discussed about 2 opinions. Can you tell me what was the first opinion regarding the compilation of the Quran? Yeah, Quran was compiled during the lifetime of the Prophet Muhammad under the supervision of the Prophet. Right, this was the first opinion. And what was the second opinion? Uthman, yeah. The standard text of Quran was adopted during the Khilafat of Uthman. Uthman was the 3rd Caliph, right? Who was the first one? Abu Bakr, and the second one? Umar, and the third one? Usman. During the Khilafat of Usman, the standard text of Quran was adopted, or you can say the whole Quran was compiled during the Khilafat of Usman. Some people believe in it, but what do we say? We don't believe in it, isn't it? Do we believe? No, we don't believe in it. Some Muslims, they believe that Quran was compiled during the Khilafat of Osman. Then what did we say regarding this opinion? What did Osman do? Yeah, he did not compile the Quran, but he did one thing. What was that? He unified the accent of Quraysh. Right? If you remember, we have mentioned very clearly, Osman did not do anything. Osman unified the accent of Quraysh. So many accents were there in Arab, so many tribes were there. They had their own accent. And I gave some examples. For example, there were Bani Sa'ida. Bani Sa'ida was there. They had their own accent. Bani Tamim, they had their own accent, right? And Quraysh, they had their own accent. Osman did only one thing. He unified the accent of Quraysh. He said, stop, you cannot recite Quran with your own accent. We all have to recite Quran with the accent of Quraysh. That's why today we recite Quran with the accent of Quraysh. And what was the third opinion? Some other scholars and mufassirin and ulama, they believe that the whole Quran was compiled by Imam Ali alayhi salam. And today we will discuss about this opinion. Okay? After the demise of the Prophet of Islam, it's extremely important to understand. After the shahadat of the Holy Prophet of Islam, Imam Ali did one thing. Imam Ali decided that I'm not leaving the house until I gather the Quran. So Imam Ali, he would put book together. So what about the first opinion? Some mufassirin, they say Quran was compiled during the lifetime of the Holy Prophet of Islam. Now you are saying Quran was compiled by Amir al-Mu'minin. These opinions, both these two opinions are well, good, excellent, no doubt in it. Yes, Quran was compiled during the lifetime of the Prophet of Islam. Then what did Imam Ali do if it was compiled? And I have mentioned, yes, Quran was compiled, but it was not organized. Quran was written on different things, as I have mentioned. It was written on the leaves of the palm trees, right? It was written on the bones of the animals. It was written on the animal skin, right? The ribs of the animals. It was written on the saddles. It was written on the silk and wood and stones, and so many things were there. But Quran was not organized. That's why when the Holy Prophet of Islam was on his deathbed, it was the last moment of the life of the Prophet. He said to Amir al-Mu'minin that, Ya Ali, this is my will. This is my will. You are going to organize the whole Quran, which is written on different things. And the Holy Prophet of Islam would show so many things to Amir al-Mu'minin. Quran is written on the leaves, on the bones, on the stones, on the silk, and on the saddles, and on the wood, and different things. You are going to organize the Quran. You are going to compile the Quran. That's why the first person after the death of Rasulullah who compiled Quran is Amir al-Mu'minin Imam Ali alayhi salam. He put the book together as a textbook. Then when Amir al-Mu'minin compiled the whole Quran, he brought the Quran into the mosque of the Prophet. So many companions of the Prophet were there. The companions of Rasulullah, they were there. When Amir al-Mu'minin reached there, Amir al-Mu'minin says, Inna Rasulallahi qala inni mukhallifun fikum in tamassaktum bihi lan tadillu kitab Allah wa itrati. O people, you know very well, the Holy Prophet of Islam said, I am leaving two weighty things behind you. We all know this hadith is called what? Hadith Saqalain. Remember, this hadith is called Hadith Saqalain. But the Holy Prophet of Islam says, I am leaving two weighty things behind you, amongst you. I am leaving two weighty things. The book of Allah and my family. If you get hold of them, you are not going to be misguided. If you make relation with Quran and with my itra and my Ahl al-Bayt, you are not going to be misguided. Then Amir al-Mu'minin says, if you have heard this hadith of Rasulullah, now this is the book of Allah. Imam Ali shortened. This is the book of Allah and I am the family of Rasulullah. Right? I am the family of Rasulullah. So you don't say tomorrow we did not know that who is the family of Rasulullah and what is the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, this is the book of Allah and I am the family of Rasulullah. Because after the shahadat of Rasulullah, Imam Ali was the first person who knew everything regarding Quran. Each and every verse. Imam Ali himself, Imam said that I know each and every verse of Quran. I know very well about the revelation of Quran. Then Imam Ali compiled the Quran in a chronological way. Right? I have to write here. The compilation of Imam Ali was in a chronological way. Imam Ali compiled the whole Quran in a chronological way according to the revelation of Quran. We all know Quran revealed, right? The different occasions, the different reasons, the different times, and we will find that so many surahs, 114 chapters are there in Quran. Some of them are Medina and some of them are from Mecca. Right? So many chapters are there revealed in Medina, and so many chapters are there revealed in Mecca. That's why the compilation of Amirul Mu'min was in a chronological way, according to the revelation. Did you get it? Okay. Imam Ali, after compiling the whole Quran, Imam Ali alayhi salatu wassalam wrote down the tafsir of Quran. Not only Quran. First Imam Ali compiled the whole Quran, then Imam Ali did tafsir of each and every verse of Quran. Imam Ali, it took, according to history, it took 6 months to compile the Quran. It was not organized. The process of Quran was not easy. It was very, very difficult. Imam Ali took upon himself this great responsibility, and it took 6 months to compile the whole Quran. It took 6 months. Then Amir al-Mu'min compiled the whole Quran. After compiling the whole Quran, Imam Ali wrote down the tafsir of Quran. There was mutlaq, there was am and khas. What is am and what is khas? Which means that the verse which is common and the verse which is specific. And then mutlaq and muqayyad. The verse that is unrestricted and the verse that is restricted. And then muhkam and mutashabih. Imam Ali said this verse is muhkam and this verse is mutashabih. What does it mean? Muhkam and mutashabih means the verse that is very clear in the meaning, and mutashabih, the verse there is complex in the meaning. And then Imam Ali showed us what is nasikh and what is mansukh. What does it mean? There are some verses in Quran, abrogated verse and abrogating verse. Imam Ali showed us that this verse is abrogating verse and this verse is abrogated verse. And then Imam decided this verse is azaim and this verse is rukhas. Wa azaimuhu wa rukhasahu. Which means that the verse that speaks about compulsory things and the verse which speaks about mannerism. And then Imam Ali showed us that was sunanuhu wa adabuhu, the verse that speaks about what is recommended and the verse which gives options. These all things. Then Imam says, wa amla'a sittina naw'an min ulumil Quran. Allahu Akbar. Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, Imam Ali Imam Ali dictated about 60 chapters of the sciences of Quran. But the people of that time, they did not accept the tafsir of Imam Ali. Can you imagine? They did not accept the tafsir of Imam Ali. They accepted the textbook which Imam Ali compiled as a Quran. They accepted. But they did not accept the tafsir of Imam Ali. They said, no, we don't need your tafsir. Quran is enough for us. No need to do any tafsir. وَأَمْلَأَ سِتِّينَ نَوْعًا مِنْ عُلُومِ الْقُرْآنِ. Imam Ali dictated about 60 chapters of Quran Kareem, about the sciences of Quran. Then Imam himself, he says, مَا نَزَلَتْ عَلَى رَسُولِ اللَّهِ مِنْ آيَةٍ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ. No words of the Quran revealed to the Prophet, he would make me read it. إِلَّا أَقْرَأَنِيهَا. And then says, وَأَمْلَأَ عَلَيَّ فَكَتَبْتُهَا بِخَطِّي. And I wrote it with my own handwriting. Each and every verse of Quran, I wrote it with my own handwriting. Then Imam says, وَعَلَّمَنِي تَأْوِيلَهَا وَتَفْسِيرَهَا. The Holy Prophet of Islam himself, he taught me the inner meaning of the Quran and the outer meaning of the Quran. Each and everything. I never forgot any verse of the Quran. So Imam Ali was number one. He knows each and every verse of Quran according to the revelation of Quran. Yes, Imam Ali compiled the whole Quran. So what about the first opinion that the Holy Prophet, the Quran was compiled during the lifetime of the Prophet? Yes, it was compiled but not organized. Yeah, we have so many proofs that Quran was compiled during the lifetime of the Prophet. For example, Surah Al-Hamd is the 5th chapter of Quran Kareem according to the revelation of Quran. According to the revelation of Quran, it was the 5th chapter of Quran, Surah Hamd. But the Holy Prophet of Islam himself, he said, no, Surah Hamd should be the 1st chapter of Quran Kareem. You put this surah in the beginning of Quran. And then we all know the first verse of Quran which was revealed to the Holy Prophet of Islam was Iqra bismi rabbikal lazi khalaq, the first verse of Surah Alaq. This is the first verse of Quran Kareem according to the revelation. Now we will find this verse is there in 96th chapter of Quran Kareem. Yeah, Surah Alaq is the 96th chapter of Quran Kareem, isn't it? And the last verse of the Quran Kareem, we all believe that Al-Yawma akmaltu lakum deenakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-Islam Adina in Ghadir. Yeah, when Amir al-Mu'minin appointed Amir al-Mu'minin as a Mawla, right? Then this verse was revealed. Al-Yawma akmaltu lakum deenakum. Today I have completed your religion for you. And now we will find this verse is where? In Surah Ma'idah, the 5th chapter of Quran Kareem, the Holy Prophet of Islam himself, he said, put this verse in Surah Ma'idah. Put this verse in this surah. Okay? Put this surah in this place. Quran was compiled during the lifetime of the Prophet under the supervision of the Prophet. But Amir al-Mu'minin organized the Quran. It was not organized. Yes, it was written, it was compiled during the lifetime of the Prophet. But yeah, Amir al-Mu'min organized the Quran as a textbook. Then Imam did tafsir, but unfortunately at that time, the people of that time, they did not accept the tafsir of Imam Ali. This is the difference. So maybe you ask, Maulana, so many companions were there. So many prominent companions of Rasulullah were there. Why Amir al-Mu'minin did it? Other they did not do anything. Why? You know, regarding other companions, there was a companion of Rasulullah. Interestingly, history tells us that it is said that it took 12 years to memorize Surah Baqarah for him. He decided to memorize Surah Baqarah, but it took 12 years. There was a companion, I'm not going to mention his name. There was a companion. He was going to memorize Surah Baqarah, but it took 12 years to memorize only one surah, Surah Baqarah. If you check, you will find that who was that person. After 12 years, when he memorized Surah Baqarah, he slaughtered a camel. He slaughtered a camel as a celebration. And one day, he was standing during his Khilafah. There was a lady, she came to him and she asked, I have a question about Quran. He said, okay, let me know. This lady, she said, there is a verse in Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَفَاكِهَةً وَأَبًّا مَتَاعًا لَكُمْ وَلِأَنْعَامِكُمْ in Surah Abbas, verse number 31 and 32. What is the meaning of Abban? Abba. In Urdu we say Abba means father. Right? Abba. Abba, father, Amma, mother. In Arabic, Abba is something else. This lady, she asked to this person that what is the meaning of Abban in this verse? You know what was the reply? 12 years it took 12 years to memorize only Surah Baqarah for him. Right? His reply was, he said, Nuhina anit takallufi fi kitabillah. This was his reply. Nuhina anit takallufi fi kitabillah. He answered that we were forbidden from going deep into the Holy Quran. You take whatever you understand and you leave it whatever you don't understand. He had no answer. Even he doesn't know what is the meaning of Abban in Quran. But it was very simple. The meaning of this verse of very simple. وَفَاكِهَةً وَأَبًّا مَتَاعًا لَكُمْ وَلِأَنْعَامِكُمْ. Wafakihatan means the fruit and the grass. Abban means grass. Fruit is your food and grass is for your animal. Very simple. Wafakihatan wa abban mata'an lakum wa li'an'amikum. Fruit is your food and grass is for your animal. Abban means grass. But he doesn't know what is the meaning of Abban. He said, Nuhina anit takallufi fi kitabillah. We are forbidden to go into the deep in Quran. Whatever you understand, you can take it. If you don't understand, leave it. This was his answer. So how is it possible to compile the whole Quran during the Khilafat of Falan and Falan and Falan? Impossible. Amir al-Mu'min was the first person who knew each and every verse of Quran during the lifetime of the Prophet of Islam. Amir al-Mu'min himself, he says, Allamani ta'awilaha wa tafsiraha. The Holy Prophet of Islam himself, he taught me each and everything regarding Quran. The inner meaning of Quran, the outer meaning of Quran. Ta'awil, the sciences of Quran and the tafsir of Quran. Imam says, Amir al-Mu'min, he says, I never forgot any verse of the Holy Quran. I know each and every verse of the Holy Quran. That's why the organizer of Quran was Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam. Recite aloud salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Okay. There is a very important question. How can we be sure that this Quran which we have right now is authentic? And today we cannot complete this. Inshallah, let's see. There are 4 or 5 proofs. And we can prove that Quran is truth and authentic. And inshallah we will discuss about this topic later. Inshallah, recite aloud salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.